Hey everyone, welcome back. It is time for another wrestling review. After taking a week off, I was sick as a dog last week and there were no shows to review. So we're back for you this week with a review of Noah, which happened a few weeks ago, but we're doing it today. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. You want it reviewed, he'll review it for you. Go check out the link in the description box down below. Yeah.
I even reviewed dog poo. He was
Oh, now
sick as a
you've moved
dog.
from cat to dog poo?
Yeah, and he was sick as a dog. And they're
Yeah.
eating the cat. They're eating
Eating the
the
dogs.
dogs. So
Yes. So we have for you the review of Noah. This one was, I think, Star Navigation.
yeah, and you know what?
Hmm.
I might be lagging a bit.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
you said like it's a couple weeks old, and it's like but you know what? Well, not we don't have anything else to review. But
There's
side
a. Go ahead. Sorry.
sidebar. I think it ended up being a very worthwhile reviewable show.
And
Spoilers,
a
maybe,
little
but
historic too. There had some significance to it.
yeah,
The final
and
match.
we'll talk about this a tad
Mhm.
in petite peu,
Un petit peu. Poulet et petit pois.
maybe.
Le
Le
poulet frit
jouet
à la
avec le
Kentucky.
champignon.
Yeah, I can't eat those. I'm allergic to those.
Wow, I had a bunch of those today.
Oh yeah. On pizza?
Enoki mushrooms.
Steve Aoki mushrooms?
No, Antonio Enoki mushrooms.
Antonio Inoki mushrooms at Ribera Steakhouse.
They were tall and muscular.
Yes, with a chin like a chiseled from stone.
It was hard to eat, chew like
Yes.
rock.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
cat, he bit his head off.
He bites his head off. With that, let's go right into the review. This was Star Navigation. So I think Star Navigation and Sunny Voyage, these are monthly shows that they just do, right?
They culminate with some sort of event. But yeah, so we actually got the list finally of
They're
what the
pay-per-views.
actual
Yeah.
pay-per-views are after years.
3 years now.
How hard was it to find the list of actual pay-per-views? It
Yeah,
was
it
like
was.
impossible.
It was. Absolutely it was. But we got it now and we know what their pay-per-views are. And there's only like five of them.
Hey, you know what? If you're putting out shit like this for free for me
I'll take
on the
it.
app
Hmm.
with the other 75 wrestling companies, this is like there's nothing better than this app. Like, I'm sorry to say this trumps the WWE app
Oh, Wrestle Universe is the best.
by
Absolutely
far.
easy
Uh,
to navigate. You can find
yeah.
what you're looking for,
The
like
current
everything.
state of New Japan, it's the worst.
They still haven't improved it, huh?
I do really like the chapters thing where I can
Hmm.
just click on the next match and I don't have to fast forward. But I do like Noah does have the thing where it tells you where to go for the next match. Like it has those
Yeah, it has
bars
it.
that you
Yeah,
can just skip to the next match.
skipped it. Yeah,
WWE's like you're just a fucking free for all.
yeah. Roll of
But
the
but
dice.
the WWE app's pretty good.
Yes, if you want historical content.
There's a lot on there.
Yeah,
But yeah, Noah is doing it big.
yeah.
It's so weird that you don't have to pay for any of the Noah events really, but you have to pay for like the Joshi Pro
Yeah,
events.
the big ones at
And you got
least.
to pay for the DDT stuff, but you get all the Noah stuff for free.
And Marigold
Even New Japan, you get like what's the big one? You get Wrestle Kingdom for free,
for
but then you
free.
have to pay for New Japan Strong New York City Rumble
Yeah,
or whatever, like
Rumble on
Rumble in
44th
the
Street.
Bronx.
Yeah, Rumble, the good movie.
Great movie. Uncle,
Unc- But
you know
we're
what's
not.
that period of time we're way off topic. We're gonna
Yeah.
do it anyways. That period of time
Hmm.
of like there was like three or four movies. So like I don't remember if it was First Strike, but there was Rumble in the Bronx, Mr. Nice Guy, and one other one where it always had something to do with Uncle,
Yep.
and his girlfriend was always Mickey.
It wasn't Drunken Master, was it?
No, no, no. It was like the more modern ones. It was Mr. Nice Guy, Rumble in the Bronx, and well, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Tuxedo,
No, 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 no. No. It could have been First Strike. Maybe Who Am I? I don't remember. But the
maybe.
girlfriend's always Mickey,
And
and
there's
it's
always
always something
Uncle.
to do with his uncle.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
And it's funny because they make fun of it in Mad TV. They have the buddy cop special where it's like Uncle Tana, Jonah Wilson, listen, and it's like names all the people in
Yes,
it.
and it's Orlando Jones and
Yeah, and
Bobby Lee.
it's like all of them. There's like every buddy cop in it, and he's like Bobby Lee plays Jackie Chan. And he's like,
Yep.
"I'm coming, Uncle, right now, today." Like that's the most authentic Jackie Chan dub that you could ever get.
Yes. Bobby Lee, he's something special. Underrated, this guy.
Super underrated. Great
Yeah.
podcast, Bad Friends.
Yes.
Andrew Santino. Anyways, let's talk about
Yes. Let's
wrestling.
talk about Noah. Let's talk about Noah. Our first match of the night. This was a fairly short show, under 3 hours as well.
Not upset.
And you had what, five, 7 matches? Seven
Yeah,
matches. I'm happy with that.
happy.
Um, First match, you have a debuting Daiki Odashima facing off against Yu Owada. No pre-show matches on this
No,
card.
then this match was okay.
They really laced into him hard. It's like, welcome to Noah.
Yeah, I wasn't like blown away, but it was like I was like, okay, it's a fine first
Yeah.
match. At the beginning of this pay-per-view, I think not it's not a pay-per-view, but I
This
was
event.
I kind of was I didn't fully buy in. I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those weird ones that
It took me until the lucha match, the CMLL match to really
it may
kind
be
of
before, but yeah, it was like I was like, oh, this is gonna be one of those events where everything's just okay, and then we're gonna get a main event. Like
yeah.
New Japan does that sometimes, where it's just like a
Yeah.
bunch of random matches, and then there's just a main event, like the finals for the G1 tournament
G1,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, no worries. Yu Owada goes over, obviously. So
yeah.
yeah. But then we got Shuji Kondo and Eita versus Taniguchi and Fujimura.
So they've now that's now like a group,
Hmm.
and I think we see it come later, where now the guys from Just Five Guys,
Hmm.
not Just Five Guys, sorry, good looking
Good
guys
looking
have
guys, yeah.
separated into other
This group,
groups.
yeah.
Yeah, this is one of the groups, right? Isn't it
Hmm.
not Yo?
Yohei, yeah,
It's
they have a new
Yohei, the
group
other
name as
guy,
well.
and
Yohei Hayata Tadasuke.
that's one team, and I really
Hmm.
like that. That's a
Hmm.
really cool thing. But on Eita's team, isn't there one guy from the that was in Good Looking Guys as well?
No,
Or am I?
he was in Congo, I think it was Shuji
Oh yes,
Kondo.
yes,
He
you're
was
right.
in
Sorry,
Congo,
sorry.
yeah.
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 But I like this. They Noah is at its best when it has firmly established groups, and they
Groups,
do their
yeah.
groups much more like Dragon Gate, where there's like
Hmm.
a bunch of groups with 4 people in it, like kind of like
Yeah.
AEW. And then where New Japan, it's like massive. All the groups are like huge groups, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
And
digress.
I kind of feel like they're starting to do that in AEW as well.
But I don't care about that. I love factions.
Yes.
I love the idea of factions and keeping the factions together. Like if
Yeah.
the conglomeration stays together, you have my money.
Yeah.
I'm all in. If you break them
Absolutely.
apart,
Absolutely. Now,
Rocky's now in it. Does that mean
yes,
chaos
yes,
is
he
done?
is. Sorry?
Does that mean chaos is over, or
No,
now
I
is
don't think
chaos? Is this
so.
part of chaos?
I think this is like a sub group of chaos, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, but to me, this match felt more like a build-up match than anything to promote the new faction kind of thing.
So it felt like I agree with you. Like I said, I'm still not on board for this yet, but I liked that. This was
Hmm.
like maybe like the first match was fine. This match was fine, but the thing that kind of started like a little bit pulling me in was like I started to I like the idea that they were lost for a bit. They didn't know what to
Yeah.
do. You had to break up GLG because of the whole thing with Jake Lee leaving. You didn't really know where to
And
go,
he
but
really hasn't done much in New
no,
Japan
but
yet.
he will. He
Yeah.
will. I think he's going to end up being like the first Japanese leader of Bullet Club. I think so because in case David Finley leaves, I think that's the whole point of him.
Yeah. Because
But
he's been posting some cryptic stuff on Twitter.
I do
And
like the general idea of them rebuilding these factions, and that kind of slowly pulled me in. Like when I thought about it more, I was like, okay, I kind of like this. Let's see where this pay
yeah,
per view is going. I know it's not a pay per view. I keep saying that, but I'm going to keep
this
saying it.
event. Let's
I'll
see
keep
where
saying
this.
it.
Yeah. With that, our third match of the night, Marufuji, our boy Sugo, and Kitamiya against Keno, Alejandro, and Cristobal.
You first of all, at first I was like, nah, I don't want this. Bunch of random ass dudes in a match. But then I found out that's a faction.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay. And then I found out
Yeah, Marufuji and them
I
are a faction.
forgot
Yeah.
about the Keno faction with the Lucha guys now,
Hmm.
where I think also is Ninja Mac in it.
I think no, Ninja Mac is not in it. I think he's part of a different group.
But they talked about Ninja Mac a few times
Yes,
during this
quite a few
match.
times. I think
And
Ninja Mac, if you're watching, are you injured? Let us know because we didn't see you on this show.
yeah, we missed a little Ninja Mac out here. But yeah, I'd love to see the hardcore belt get defended. Like, give me a
Yeah,
tables match or something, you know? Like, come on.
yeah,
That's the one thing
something.
for as physical and raw as Noah is, it's not,
Yeah.
there's no weaponry ever in Noah. Do you ever notice that?
Yeah, they don't do. You rarely see
Yeah, like the
table.
Kiyomiya versus Gabe
Yeah,
Kidd match was like the first time when we saw like it get like vi violent in a
yeah,
while.
yeah,
But yeah, this match ended up being really good,
yeah. I
and
mean,
I
you
really
have
like
four of
Sugi.
our boys in this show in this
Yeah,
match,
they're all
right?
of our boys now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Spatsugo and Marufuji together. Oh my
yeah.
God, take my money. Just take my money. I
They're
don't even
tag
care.
champs, aren't they?
Yeah, man, I love it. Leave it.
Yeah,
Leave it.
leave
Leave
it
it for
as
a
is.
while, please. For the love of God, a Japanese company, let someone be tag team champions for a while.
More than a month, please.
But like Marufuji has not lost one tiny little step.
No, he
I,
just
I'm
keeps
gonna
going.
be I'm gonna just say this. I know he's slightly older, but in the realm of older Japanese wrestlers, and I know one of these people is not Japanese,
Hmm.
but Kenny and Marufuji are by far the most high caliber still because
Oh
people
yeah,
Okada's not old yet. Okada's not
no,
even 40.
Okada's in his prime right
Oh
now.
yeah, Okada's like 37 or 38.
Yeah,
So, but like for wrestlers in and actually Kenny might be under 42. Anyways,
T T
Marufuji is the best
T
40-year-old Japanese
Timmy's on
wrestler.
it. Yeah, but oh yeah, for sure. Marufuji. What's his name? The one that left too. The one that's champion in All Japan.
Oh, no, Nakajima.
Nakajima. Yeah, I think he's over. Kenny just turned 40. Happy birthday, Kenny Omega.
Is that today?
No,
Oh,
he turns 41 on October 16th, so it's almost his birthday.
oh, maybe by the time it actually won't be. But hey,
No.
Kenny Omega, please come back. We miss you. But yeah,
Yes.
Marufuji is so good.
Yeah.
Like Marufuji versus
AJ
Double Broken
Styles.
Ankle Boy was wicked.
Yeah.
Mar didn't
Even
Mar didn't he fight Naito?
yes, he did.
That was good.
He
Yeah, and
fought
then he
even
fought
the AJ Styles
AJ
match
Styles
was
match was fantastic.
yeah, that was AJ's last match, believe it or not.
Buddy, you let AJ Wild, you let him go loose in the ring, let him do what he wants, and you get good matches.
Yeah.
It's the WWE of it all, and we'll talk about that more, I think, later.
Yeah.
But
Later in the week when we do our state, that's coming out this week.
it's yeah, this match was surprisingly good, and
Yeah. I mean,
it
that's
was
our boy
violent.
Sugo, man. Like
Like for just an in-ring match, it was
physical,
hard,
yeah.
physical, very physical.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah. But Kitamiya gets the pin on this one. So
Yeah. If Sugo was in the ring for a long time at one
yeah.
point.
And same thing with Alejandro.
How the hell does he have that cardio still? Especially
Yeah,
how big
because
he is.
even his age too, he's over 40 as well, isn't
I think
he?
he's 50 something.
Yeah, he's like,
You
if
want to
not
check
late
it? Go
40s.
look at Timmy on it.
Timmy's on it. Timmy's on it. Timmy is on it. It is, what's his name? Takeshi Segura,
The Soog Master.
the Soog Master, the Sauce Master.
He's the sauce man. He's got the freshest sauce.
Yeah. He is 54.
Yeah, see? And he's
Damn.
very large.
Yes, for a man that age and agile for a man that age.
And his cardio was just crazy. Remember what was
Yeah.
the match we watched where he was in the ring forever with the young guy? Remember we thought it was gonna
Hmm.
be a match where he was gonna put over the young guy, but he ended up
That was
winning.
in the last Noah pay-per-view. Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
crap, dude.
Yeah. But they go over. They're a faction now too, I think, right?
Yeah, I really like
Yeah.
that team too.
Yeah.
That's a quality team.
And we have a new faction in our next match too. We have Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., his brother Galeno del Mal, and Daga.
Mhm.
Surprisingly,
And I think
it's a face
the
turn for Daga.
who did they face?
Dragon Bane and Alpha Wolf and Super Crazy. So Los Golpeadores and Super
They
Crazy.
were those three, I believe, were
Hmm.
supposed to also be part of that faction, but then some kind of story writing behind the scenes
Hmm.
changed the way that the direction of the story went. Because
Okay.
remember in the beginning, he was wrestling with
Super
Dragon
Crazy.
Bane
Yes, he was.
and
Yeah.
the other
Oh,
one,
Daga. Yes.
not Daga. El
Wagner.
Hijo Dr. Wagner
Yeah.
Jr. There was the trios
That's right.
match
The
where they had
trios
like two of
match.
them where he was on their team,
That's right.
and
That's
then
right.
they changed it up.
That's right. That's
That would
right.
be a wicked faction though.
Yes.
All
And
six of these guys.
this is a face turn, like kind of a face turn for Daga, isn't it? After losing the belt?
It is because well, he was he in Real?
No.
No, it wasn't Dog. It's the other guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck's the other guy's name?
I
Jesus
can't.
Christ. Well, it
There's too
doesn't
many of
matter.
them.
Continuing.
Um, but this again was another. This is really what started me getting back into the show, I guess, because it was like more action packed, more paced. Like the storylines are hitting a little bit better in the win. What's his name? Galeno del Mal. That man is huge. He's a big boy.
Just again, a really good match. And I was like, wow, I'm really happy I'm watching this.
Yeah. And Dr. Wagner gets the pin. So with that,
You need to build him back up.
we have our eight-man tag match, our fifth match of the night. New faction, former GLG members Hayata and Yohei and Tadasuke and Yuto Kikuchi against Amaska, Atushi Kotoge, and Ohara and Junta Miyawaki.
Two groups here again that I really
Hmm.
hope that these are
Stay together.
factions.
Yeah. One of them is Yohei and Hayata are forming a new
Yeah.
faction. They're even like wearing matching tights and everything. And they even made mention of the fact that they're what's his name, that they're setting something up, like they're
And I thought
forming.
about this the whole time. I'm like, they're the way that they look visually,
Hmm.
Eita should be in that group.
Yeah, yeah, I I'd like it, but like I mean, you don't want to overbloat the groups either. You want like kind of like the way in the early 90s, mid 90s, WWE had those all those little mini factions. You had the four members of the nation, then you had Los Boricuas, which were four members, you had DOA, which were four members. Every little group had its own little four-member group, and they all kind of brawled with each other. I kind of like that.
I don't disagree with that, but I also like the idea of just having a bunch of big groups.
Yeah, you
Because
need
then
that.
I don't like the idea of there being NWO versus WCW, where WCW is people begrudgingly helping each other. I
Yeah,
want where like they have backup.
yeah, like Real and those
Yeah, where
guys.
like DDP has backup. It's not just randomly going to be Macho Man coming up because he has beef with Hulk Hogan or something, you
Yeah.
know?
But they were really one thing I noticed is O'Hara. They were really setting him up in this match, like for something a little bit bigger.
He was good.
He spent a lot of time in this match.
Everybody was really good in this.
Yeah,
Amaska really didn't screw up. Wait,
yeah,
he's here, right? This is the match with
yeah.
him?
Amaska, yeah. And there's that little rivalry going on between Hayata and Amaska too,
Well, because
right? So,
Hayata was is this is how I see it. Amaska was their chosen guy
mhm,
for that division. Oh
yeah,
no, Hayata was the chosen guy for that division. Hayata got injured. Then they
yeah.
banked on Amaska. Then Amaska got injured. Then Hayata came back and won the belt from
Dante Leon,
Dante. No, it wasn't Dante Leon. Who was the person that had the junior belt for a while and we really liked them?
uh,
Dante
Green,
Leon lost the belt to Amaska, and then
yeah.
Amaska lost it to somebody that we really liked. I can't remember who. And then Hayata beat them in a really good match.
Let me see.
Last year
Jimmy's
at
on
like
it.
green something,
No,
Green
that's
Voyage.
Anthony. That's Anthony. Oh, yeah, Green Voyage. There was Hayata, Ninja Mac, Dante Leon, Amaska, Hayata, Daga.
Oh, so then it was he did beat Amaska.
Yeah.
And that match was good, but Amaska was injured, so he had to dump the belt to Hayata.
Hmm.
And then Amaska came back and they gave him the belt back right away.
Yeah, and now Daga just won the belt back. He
So
won the
it's
belt
like,
back from Amaska.
mhm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they're doing a little ping ponging with the belt, but I can
But
see.
that's
Oh,
okay. That Hayata versus Amaska match, I remember it being really good. I
yeah,
watched it while I was barbecuing last summer.
that's awesome. I didn't do anything. I got a new stove today. That's all.
That's nice.
We switched from electric to gas.
So you just fart now and cook?
That's exactly it. So with that, our co-main event of the night, Ulka Sasaki defending the GHC National Championship against Soya Boy
I did not expect this at all.
to be this good.
Not just to be this good, but to go the way it went because the match was very
Hmm.
much aiming the direction that Soy Boy was going to lose.
Yeah, especially because this is a guy, Sasaki, this is a guy they're banking on.
He's a very old rookie.
Yeah, he's like 35 or something like that.
Yeah, but he's good in the ring. I'm not the biggest fan, but I think he's good.
Yeah,
I was surprised when they gave him the belt number one. But then in this match, the way you would tell a normal, typical wrestling story is like the
yeah,
guy's losing, he overcomes it, but he never overcomes it. He just ends up losing.
losing.
And I was like,
Soya absolutely destroyed him in the
and it
end.
caught me off guard, but it really built up Soya. And Soya is
Yeah,
someone that we thought really deserved a shot at better
at
things.
something. Yeah, and I kind of like him with the national championship.
I do because I want to see a match with him versus Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah, absolutely. Where's our other boys? What's his name? I know what's TJ Cleary went off. He got married to what's her name?
Well, that caught
Valkyrie.
me off guard too. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, him and Valkyria got married.
I didn't know that at all. but it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, congratulations to the happy couple there. But we'll talk about that on the state as well as some other things. Our boy Riddick Moss too, Putty's boy there. He's got some news out too.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about that, so you can
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me.
But yeah, I mean, then he actually at the end, Soya actually calls out Dr. Wagner Jr. So we are getting that match because he accepted the challenge.
I might have jumped the gun there, but yeah,
Yeah,
when I was watching this match, when he won, that's the only thing I thought of. I really want to see
yeah.
him versus Dr. Wagner
And
Jr.
sure
And
enough,
then
yeah,
lo and
he calls
behold,
out Dr. Wagner. Surprised that they kept this reign as short as it did for Sasaki. You think they'll move him to the heavyweight division or not yet?
no, I think it was transitional, and I think he's going to end up fighting for the light heavyweight belt
Yeah, he's going to jump down, not jump down a division,
because
but change division.
that belt is like anyone's belt. The national belt is
Yeah,
like anyone can fight for it.
yeah. Okay. So with that, we are going to our main event. It is Roihei Oiwa challenging Kato Kiyomiya for the GHC World Heavyweight Championship.
And if I can tell you one thing, it's
Hmm.
we didn't really care for Oiwa.
Nope.
Then he kind of got to Noah and he really started to do good things, especially working with a lot with Kiyomiya.
Kiyomiya. Their
And
tag team was fantastic. I love them as a tag team.
like, what a fucking gem New Japan just pulled back because this
Hmm.
match was fantastic.
It was also a really long match. It was like 40 minutes or
Yeah,
something like
okay,
that.
I'm not gonna lie, it overstayed a bit, but
Yeah.
the story it told, especially in the beginning when they were doing all the stuff with the outside, with
Hmm.
the barricades, all
Yes.
those throws into it, and then clearing everybody out and the moves on the chairs. I was like,
Yeah.
and the domination for either one never lasted long. It was like little
No,
spurts of like one guy's up and then the other guy. So it really left you
it
without
was a
an
back and
idea of
forth. Yeah.
who's gonna win.
Yeah. It was a really great back and forth. Like,
Were you as surprised as I was how good Oiwa is?
yes, because when we first started doing this, Oiwa was still a young lion in New Japan.
He was with Fujita. They were a team.
Yes, like a young lion tag
Yeah.
team, like just there to put over the main talent. That where was this hiding? Like, is this something he's picked up, or is this something?
I don't know
It's just
because I know
he's
when
honed
we
this over the last couple
in
years.
his early days of New Japan when we started watching,
Hmm.
I don't know, it was early days of New Japan for us, not for you, but coming back to it. Um, we were
Yeah,
always
kind
like,
of left
yeah,
for
I
a
don't
few
really
years.
like this guy. And then when he ended up in Noah, we were like, why of all people is he there? It's like the NXT thing with TNA, you know, like
Yeah,
why would you give him this guy?
yeah,
But then he slowly built it up in that tag tournament. He was really there for that.
yes. Last year, the Super Juniors last year.
Yeah, with the Pirates of the Caribbean guy. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. Buddy, by the way, I really like that guy. I hope he comes back this year. I don't remember what his name was.
Yeah, I don't know either, but yes,
But yeah, man, this
yeah,
match really hard hitting.
yep,
Kiyomiya went full Okada on him.
yes,
And that made me think in my head, this is why they did that with Okada, because they knew it was going to make Kiyomiya look like a freaking monster.
and
And
sure
it
enough,
caused him to fall all the way down the card and have to
yep,
come. He Cody Rhodes did all the way
yep.
back to the top of the
Finish the
card.
story. Yeah.
And we didn't appreciate any of this
Hmm.
until I saw this match and I realized in my head, that's what we've been watching this whole time. Because Noah really struggles to tell a story, I think.
Yeah.
But when you really look at back at the way that it went, you're like, oh, that's what this whole thing was about.
It's building him back up, back to the top. That's why when he won the belt a few months ago, we're like, Kiyomiya's champ again? When the hell did this
And
happen?
like, I'm not saying he's bad because I do
No,
think he's a good wrestler. But do you think that a big part of why that match against Gabe Kidd was so good was because Kiyomiya is so good?
I think so.
Because Gabe Kidd is really good.
Gabe Kidd is
We
good.
underestimated him big time.
Yes, Gabe Kidd is probably one of the best on the War Dogs. I think Gabe Kidd is slightly better than Finley.
Yeah, I would agree. And now you know why WWE and AEW really wanted him at one point.
Yeah,
TNA apparently threw a lot of money for him to come there, and he said no.
he's staying in Japan. Yeah, I think he re-signed for at least another year. But yeah, like I honestly think Gabe Kidd is good, and we've watched Gabe Kidd improve over the last 16, 18 months, whatever it's been. Like he went from a nobody to like he's strong champion now. You know what I mean? He was the first guy to knock Eddie Kingston off.
And that wasn't like a we're Russian English error. He's
Yeah,
the New Japan strong champion. Because you're
yeah,
like, he's strong champion now.
yeah.
Very strong
He's
champion
strong
now.
champion now.
But
In
yeah, he
Soviet Russia,
champion beats you. You don't beat
Um,
Belt, Belt beats you.
but this was, I would put this as, I would, it's got to be in the top 10 matches this year, I think.
If it's not in the top 10, it's very close to being in the
Yeah.
top 10
And
because
I
it
would
was.
even,
Oh,
go ahead.
go.
No,
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 you
I was
go.
going to say, I would even add as almost a feel good moment at the end of this match.
I had two really good moments. One of them was spoiled,
Hmm.
I think, because of a missed cue or something,
Yes.
where he was trying to big up Oiwa, and then fucking your buddy just walked right in the ring like nobody's business. I
Yeah.
was like, "Give me the
Kitamiya.
microphone."
Kitamiya. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like,
And he's like, they even had the commentators say, show some respect to like blah, blah,
"What
blah.
was
And
he in Congo?"
yes.
Okay, so I'm not
Yeah.
crazy. I knew I recognized him from like
Yeah.
I know we've seen matches with him, but something in my head was like, "Where do I know?"
Kitamiya used to tag with S&M boy there that faced
There you
Kitamiya.
go. Boom. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah. They were the guys that would look like rejects from Streets of Rage.
They look like the Chinese, I know it's Japanese. They look like the Chinese bootleg of Demolition.
The Timu.
Yeah, we did Demolition at home.
Yeah,
We
yeah, we
have
have
Demolition
Demolition
at
at
home.
home. But and then but yeah, Kiyomiya does win. Great moment for Roihei Oiwa. I figured when this match started, and the reason why they were doing this match, his excursion is done. He's going back to New
They
Japan.
saw what New Japan finally recognized what he
Hmm.
had, which is I think what happens a lot with New Japan, like what happened with Yuya.
Uemura. Yeah, Yuya Uemura.
He they didn't really care. They just let him go on excursion. They knew he had talent, but they were like, whatever. But then when they saw his last couple, what he was doing with Joe Hendry,
Hmm.
because you see how fast, how abruptly that ended, they were like, no, that's
They
good. We want him back now. We've seen
yeah.
it. We've seen enough.
Like he went from wrestling at the CNE parking lot to Tokyo Dome within
The
six
X
months.
Division, the Ultimate X match,
Hmm.
he was great in it. I think that might
Yeah.
have been his last match.
Yes. The Feast or Fired match. Yes.
Yeah, the
When they
briefcase
won,
is.
yeah, he was the one that got fired.
Yeah, that was a good match for him.
Yeah.
And poor Joe Hendry. Because like
Yeah.
Joya was gold. He knew he had fucking gold with
Gold with
that.
that.
And
Yeah.
then he had to start all over again. He had to start all the way at the bottom again.
Yeah. But he made it back. I think
Of
now,
course he made it back.
but
He
he's
is a
great.
wrestling genius.
I think he's a little oversaturated at this point.
I think he's
Let's tone it back a
okay.
little bit.
I think he's a little bit overrated
Hmm.
in the sense that his in-ring work, I think we talked about this in the
It's
TNA
serviceable.
review.
Yeah.
It's serviceable, but he can't go. He can give you a good match with someone else good, but if your expectancy is he's gonna go and just fucking go, he's not gonna go.
No,
He doesn't have that move set.
because what's his name? That match against Josh. Josh went and Joe was trying to keep up, was struggling to keep
Mm.
up.
And it's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
But
But
he is a absolute master of wrestling mind.
mhm,
Like there's maybe no one better than him at this moment of what to do. Cody's pretty up there, I would say,
yeah,
because Cody's another one who's like serviceable in the ring, but like he's not gonna go with you.
no, he needs somebody not to carry the match, but at least a
Mhm.
partner to dance with. You know what I
But at
mean?
least he has that mind because in my eyes,
Yeah,
we're like a guy like Roman Reigns doesn't have any of those tools.
no,
Roman Reigns is a mid tier in all five tools of wrestling.
yeah, I would agree.
He's not
Charisma,
bad.
speech,
He
in
got
ring.
pushed, right? It's like
Yeah,
John Cena. John
yeah.
Cena is not the best in any category, but he's regarded as like one of the greatest of all time.
And
In
now,
my
as
eyes,
he's stepping away, we can appreciate John Cena a little bit
I
more.
appreciate what John Cena was to wrestling.
Hmm.
If you're asking me best wrestlers of all time, he's not on that list. If you're telling me like just top 10 wrestlers, period, not
Oh
what's the
no,
best wrestler, John Cena might be there because he's a Hulk Hogan. He's so important. You're not going to not have Hogan. What Hogan did is so important to what we got.
yeah,
Without Andre the Giant, there
yep.
Hogan doesn't get where he goes. Without Andre the Giant,
Without Roddy Piper.
that's something. But without Andre the Giant, you also don't get Paul White,
Hmm.
right? Because he was Andre the Giant's son.
Quote
They only
unquote.
brought him
Yeah,
in because they were looking for another Andre for Hogan to fight. I watched the whole thing about it. It was crazy. I didn't know that.
yeah.
He
But
only got picked up because they were like Hogan wanted another Andre to fight.
yeah,
That's why they pretended he was Andre's son.
yeah, yeah. That's exactly
Anyways,
true.
we're way off topic, but
Way off topic, but that's the show. Kiyomiya retains. They give a heartfelt goodbye to Oiwa.
half of one.
Kiyomiya puts him over so huge. And this is when Kitamiya comes in and kind of messes up the moment a little bit. But we have our next match, I guess.
I'm down to watch that match.
Yeah, October 16th, that is. So we're definitely going to be watching that one.
Who
Because
did
the next,
Kiyomiya fight in the last championship match? After Gabe Kidd, but before
the
this.
demolition guy, whatever his name is now, Inaki's or something.
He changed his name, right? Yeah.
Yeah, S&M boy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, what would you rate the show?
Solid 7.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I put it as a 7.6, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It was I originally was gonna go higher, but I don't think the importance of this
yeah.
event
The fact that it's also
is
not a big event, it's just like a monthly show,
mhm,
takes away a little bit from it.
mhm. And the
But the
first two matches
quality,
are nothing special, but I think in the end of it, I was like very, very satisfied with the with my time spent and the fact that it wasn't 17 hours long.
yeah, it was in solid just under 3 hours. You could fast forward through all the promos and stuff, and in a solid hour and a half to 2 hours, you could watch the entire show.
Hmm.
And it's well worth a watch, I think, at least. So, with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in later this week. We will have our state of wrestling. Didn't do one for September, but it's still September this week. So I think we're still safe. So we're going to do a state of wrestling for you. We haven't done one of those in a little while. So tune in later this week for that. We also have a whole bunch of reviews coming out. There's Destruction in Kobe coming up this week. There is Bad Blood coming up for WWE, highlighted by Hell in a Cell. AEW has Wrestle Dream coming up. King of Pro Wrestling, New Japan's new show is coming up. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is launching this week, this month with a bunch of new shows. So make sure you tune in to the channel, like, share, comment, subscribe, so you know when the next video drops and you know when the next review drops. So with that out of the way, thanks again for joining us. And in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.